Hey everyone, I thought I'd make a quick video today before I got my workout in, just talking about my birth plan. My husband and I wrote it a couple of days ago, and yeah, it's a pretty simple and brief one, so just tell you guys what the plan is. Planning a home birth. Excuse me. I actually managed to do one video, without hiccuping or burping at all. I guess the trend stops there, every video except for that last one. Anyway, yeah, just from, my nursing training and stuff, I don't want to have to be in a hospital unless I absolutely have to, or if I'm working, because I know how dirty hospitals are and what really goes on with the staff behind the scenes, so yeah. I don't want to do that. There's so many benefits of a home birth, but obviously I'm not opposed to going into the hospital if I need to for whatever reason. Let's see, I have my maternity notes here, and I've attached the birth plan to the back. Basically, yeah, for labor, I want to labor at home, and I'd prefer to stay active and mobile because that'll keep the labor running smoothly and encourage the baby to stay in the correct position, and it'll also keep the pain down. And yeah, I'd like things to remain quiet and for there to be low lighting. Talking and bright lights stimulate the neocortex, which is a portion of your brain that deals with the fight or flight reflex, adrenaline. And if the neocortex is stimulated, then you are not going to be producing enough oxytocin to keep the birth going. Because if women don't feel safe, they're not going to labor properly. For pain relief, I would like to use a birthing pool and no drugs if possible, and massage. I'm actually planning on putting the birthing pool on the deck in the backyard, if the weather's nice and if it's not some, really unsociable hour where everyone in the neighborhood's going to be sleeping. I really like the idea of giving birth I really like the idea of giving birth outside. The idea makes me happy. And yeah, our backyard is really perfect for it. It's surrounded by trees, so it's quite private, and there's a nice deck that'll fit the birthing pool, and then sliding glass doors leading into the house, so it's easy to get inside if that needs to happen. The people that'll be present at the birth are my midwife, obviously, my husband, and both of our mothers, and his mother's midwife as well, as most of you know at this point, so that's a boon. Yeah, and during the birth itself, I want to stay off my back as much as possible. I don't want to be on my back at all, really, because that just leads to the cascade of interventions and, makes the second stage of labor take longer, and it's actually dangerous for me and the baby. It can cause hemorrhaging and cause a lack of blood flow for the baby. I would like a physiological third stage of the labor, sorry about that, one of my brothers-in-law just came in the house. Yeah, I'd like a physiological third stage of the labor, which means I want to deliver the placenta naturally. Usually here they'll, the medical team will offer you a routine injection that makes the uterus contract and that helps you shed the placenta right away, and they'd usually pull on the cord a little bit to help you get it out. But I'd like things to run their natural course. It doesn't take that much longer to deliver the placenta naturally, and the only reason I would want to accept an assisted third stage is if I'm hemorrhaging or bleeding too much. In that case, the injection will help the blood vessels close up from where the placenta used to be. yeah, delayed cord clamping before my husband will cut the cord, just to let the placenta finish giving all of its nutrients and the umbilical cord to stop pulsating before we cut it off. And then I want at least an hour of skin-to-skin contact and to establish breastfeeding immediately. It is particularly important for breastfeeding to be established right away with me because I had a breast reduction when I was 18. I'm 25 now. I contacted the surgeon who did the procedure a few months ago, and he reassured me that the technique he used during the operation allowed as many ducts as possible to remain intact, and he says that the vast majority of his patients are able to breastfeed with as much success as women who have not had breast reductions. So I'm feeling extremely optimistic about that, and I'm grateful that he was mindful of the fact that I was young and would probably, want to feed my future children. I will be donating the cord blood to the hospital's cord blood bank. There's no reason not to do it. Cord blood is like liquid gold. It's free to use donations, so it's free. It doesn't cost any money, and it could save a life. And as far as what we're going to do with the placenta, I'm really not sure yet. We're probably going to keep it and bury it. I completely support women who ingest the placenta, whether they cook it and make a pate, or if they have it dehydrated and then encapsulated, or if they distill an essence in vodka and drink it that way. I think that's great if you do that, and I would love to do any of those things, but it is so expensive. It's upward of like 300 pounds to have it dehydrated and encapsulated. But yeah, I think it's a shame that ingesting, the placenta is so taboo in much of Western culture, because the placenta has some pretty magical properties. It's awesome. Like, if a woman is hemorrhaging after the birth, after delivering the placenta, if you put a piece of the placenta in the woman's mouth against the mucous membrane, it will stop the bleeding. And the main benefit of eating it or taking it in capsules after is that it can prevent and treat postpartum depression. So yeah, if you can afford to do any of that stuff, I would totally recommend it. It's full of hormones and nutrients. No need to waste it. But yeah, we'll probably just end up burying ours, because otherwise the hospital just throws it away. Anyway, I'm looking at the rest of my birth plan. That's pretty much it. The remainder was just our plan B in the event of needing to go to the hospital. And in that case, the birth plan for that is pretty much the same. The only difference is that, if I'm not dealing well with the pain, that I will remain open to an epidural if I need one. It's absolutely last resort for me, though. The risks of an epidural just don't seem worth it to me. The general consensus in the gynecological community is that if you can focus long enough to make yourself sit still to have the epidural done, then you can focus that into the contractions and into labor to get through it. So, yeah, I highly doubt I'll get the epidural done, but like I said, I'm not really limiting myself. And again, in the hospital, it'll be important, again, to keep things quiet and lights dim. Birthing pool, if that's possible. Hopefully, if I do end up going to the hospital, it won't be for any sort of really risky emergency that would make it so I need a C-section or something, and I'll still be able to get in the pool. And yeah, again, no pethidine, and probably no gas and air, just knowing the way I react to being lightheaded. I'm prone to fainting anyway. Yeah, I think that's it, you guys. I also made a list of things to put in an emergency hospital bag in the event that my husband and I have to go into the hospital. I think I'll make that into a separate video. There are still some items that we need to get, like, I need like breast pads and, you know, like a bobby pillow or a nursing pillow and a nursing cover, things like that. So I'll make another video once we have everything sorted out. And yeah, that's it, guys. No real new updates. My client still has not gone into labor at all. She's due tomorrow. My last video, I believe I mentioned that she's due for a sweep. Her midwife was going to go in, but that was not able to happen because my client is not dilated at all, so the midwife couldn't get her finger in the cervix to do the sweep. So my client is pretty disappointed, and she feels like the baby's never going to come, which I can totally understand. I'm quite heavily pregnant myself now, and it seems like forever. But the reality is, in the UK, the gestational period for the average white woman is 41 weeks and a day. So there's still, you know, a good amount of time left within the range of, you know, normal. So fingers crossed that she goes into labor soon, because I'm tired. I've not been sleeping well the past couple of nights just because, you know, I can't be in the same position for too long without my back hurting, and last night I got up to go to the bathroom 3 times, and even just rolling over in bed is a major production at this point. So yeah, you know, not wanting to rush things, I'm not, you know, complaining. I'm totally happy and, you know, excited that, you know, I've had a healthy pregnancy. So now we just need a smooth and healthy birth. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys probably for week 33, and then sometime after that, the hospital bag video. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Talk to you soon. Bye.